Hi, hello everyone, and my first hello is to all of my MCU master classmates and my much respected professors of MCU Mahachulalongkorn Raja Vichalaya University. And today is a great honor to get the opportunity to interview my master, Venerable Ha Xiang Hai, the founder and the director of BEC, Buddhism for Education of Cambodia, and who is full of learning and teaching experiences of English, more than 10 years, as I think, more than that. So I would like to pay respect to Venerable, my master, and how about you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank
Okay,
you.
and would like to say thank you very much for giving me the time. You are so tired today.
Yeah.
You have spent your time giving the speech for the seminar, right?
International seminar.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
Buddhism in digital era.
okay, and so because I know you are so busy, and right now I am writing the thesis. It is about English speaking skill, and I plan to go back to Cambodia during December to interview you. But as I know you are so busy, and every year when I go to Cambodia, it's hard to meet him. So that is why I'm very lucky to meet you here. So without wasting, at MCU. So without wasting the time, I get this time to interview and ask you about your experience and your idea about English speaking skill. So my thesis is about only one skill. It is about English speaking skill.
Great.
So because nowadays there are many English learner, they have spent so long time with English learning, and they still have difficulty with speaking English. So that is why I chose the topic of the problem of Cambodian students. Actually, not only Cambodian student, but I choose one university. It is our Buddhist university.
Prasanna Raja?
Yeah, Prasanna Raja Buddhist University, SBUBB. And you
UBB, right?
yes,
Yeah.
you used to teach there, right?
Yeah, I teach there. Even now, I'm invited to teach there as well, but I don't have time to
You don't have
take a
time.
course.
I know.
But I sometimes teach there.
All right.
If I'm free, I take some courses.
All right. I hope someday if I have time, I will go to share my knowledge there after here.
Great.
Okay, so without wasting any more time, I would like to go directly to my first question.
Good.
And my first question is that why English speaking skill is important among four skills: speaking, reading, writing, and listening. So why is English speaking is important?
Yeah, thank you for the question, and actually my great honor too
Okay.
to share with you my knowledge and some experience, and that's great that I can contribute, like help you for your study. I mean for your paper,
Yeah,
for
right,
master. Because actually we stayed together in monastery,
Yeah.
Kompang Temple, Battambang Province, western part of Cambodia, and you are great. Have done great job to study in Myanmar as well.
Yeah.
And right now you almost achieve a master. So I wish you great,
Thank you so much.
great achievement. Regarding your question concerning with speaking, right?
Yeah. Why is it important?
Yeah, very important actually, because we have to know why we are speaking. Why? It's not only English but other language as well. Speaking, that means we have to communicate each other and we transfer the message. So speaking, it doesn't mean we have to speak fast. We have to speak, how to say, like American accent, British accent, Australian accent, whatever accent it might be. But the thing is, whether the listener understands us or not.
Yeah, you're right.
So whatever we speak and the listener understand, that is very good
Very
speaking.
important. It's
very,
very
important. So just make the listener understand. So this is the good thing of speaking. Sometimes we can speak fast, but they don't understand. It's meaningless.
All right.
Yeah. And sometimes we try to speak like American, but it's not really like American, and people don't understand it. Also, it's not really good. So to speak clearly and to make the people understand what we are delivering, transferring the message. So it's the best way of speaking. Very important.
All right. So among four skill and the people, some people they say that among four skill, English speaking skill is the most important. So can you tell us why it is better than reading, writing, and listening?
Actually, I don't think speaking is very much better. Yeah, we might say it's much better than other skill, listening skill, writing skill, and what else?
Listening, reading, writing.
Reading skill. But like a listening skill, if we don't improve our listening skill, is even we know a lot of English, but sometimes we don't understand as well. Like
right.
you know,
Yeah, you're right.
sometimes we can listen to American, British, but if you listen to Indian,
Yeah.
Bangladesh, so there will be problems. Sri Lankan, so it's not only for the native speaker that we should understand, but other foreign speakers beside those native speakers, we should understand. So that means our English proficiency is really good because we can listen, and we can speak to those people living in that country, understand. So it's very much important. But yeah, speaking skill very good because
We need to speak.
we need to speak every day, right?
Right,
We
yeah,
need
right.
to speak. Sometimes we listen, but for as I told you earlier, because if we want to get to know each other, we have to speak.
Yeah, we speak. Yeah.
Yeah, like early morning we say hello.
Yeah.
Afternoon, evening. The first, how are you? Is something like that. So if we can express ourselves and then they understand, and one thing, if we want to share the knowledge and they get our knowledge through our speaking, so mostly through our speaking. But and then sometimes we want to show. We might say show. Sometimes we want to teach other people. If we can speak well,
Yeah, you're right.
we cannot transfer. We cannot show what we have. Even you are very knowledgeable person,
You're right.
very resourceful monk, you are great in knowledge, but sometimes you cannot speak.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
problem.
right. This is my problem.
I don't know. I don't mean you, but that happened to many people. They know a lot of things. They know like Buddhism very profound. They very resourceful monk, but they cannot preach Dharma. It's something like
yeah.
that. As a preacher, they are. I mean, I'm talking about the advantage of speaking. So it's not only English, but also even our own language. Like we are Cambodian, we are Khmer.
Yep.
We should develop our speaking skill as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we learn and we study, we read, we listen. But if you don't speak, if you don't talk, sometimes you face the question. The question raised, what does Buddhism mean? You know Buddhism mean.
You can
but
write.
sometimes we can write. Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
can write.
to
Express it out.
to express it out and to explain with example, to make them understand the question, that's really hard for them,
Yeah.
even they know already.
All right.
So this is the benefit of speaking skill, that we
Okay.
have to develop even our own language, and but also English as well. So
Yep.
English right now is very important because it becomes the medium is, you know, like a bridge between one country to another country, from people to another people, nation to another nation. So yeah, because the modern world right now take English as medium, so it's very much important.
Okay, yep. So your answer is mean like we cannot live without speaking, actually.
Yes.
Yes. As I know, the people, the leader of the world, most of them are good at
Yeah,
speaking.
good, great.
Yeah, like you too. If you are not good at speaking, cannot be the director of DEZ.
You might say so. I'm not really good at speaking, but I try my best to
Okay, yep.
express what I'm doing, what I'm learning, what I'm having. You know, sometimes I want to share because I see like this thing is good, this thing is correct.
All right.
This thing is useful for the people. So if I don't speak out, sometimes I see some errors, some mistake of the people to practice. You know, in Buddhism, not only in Buddhism but also in the society, we have to speak to tell them. In Buddhism, we say to give sermon,
All right.
give Dharma talk,
Yeah.
and not only Dharma talk, but we have to get involved with those people directly, to have a consultation with them, and for the youth we have to teach them. Like I have Dhamma in English, so people are really interested in learning. So this is the way that I can express. So I hope the Buddha monks and brothers, the young brother, my junior, like you.
All right.
I'm trust in you, you know. Because,
Yeah, I'll try my best. I will do my
because
best.
we have experience that I regard you as my brothers,
Yeah, me
student
too.
as well. Because, okay, very good. And
yeah.
so I hope all of junior student brother. I don't mean to follow me to go on the same track, but you know, we have to develop our ability first. We have to train ourselves first. We have to tame ourselves first before we instruct to others. Before we show the way to others, we have to walk first. Like, this is the way, but you just, oh, this is the way, this is the way to get a good result, but you never experience yourself. How can you explain thoroughly? So we have to consider like about study, you know, study or education. If we say education is very good, speaking skill is very good, but yourself you never speak.
You never speak. All right. That's right.
You never explain
Yeah,
to
yes.
other people to have the listener understand. So how can you say, oh, please try to develop a speaking skill, and then so-called speaking skill is good. So yeah, as I have my own experience, even right now, that most of the people who even have the different understanding, you know, in Buddhism, and at first they ask many questions based on the understanding, their view. I don't want to mention direct question that they ask me, but most of I think in Cambodia you understand that there is some group that they understand Buddhism, but kinds of not in the right path of Buddhism. They like so much I don't know how, like a bit of like optimistic. It's not really in the middle way. So they ask some question regarding to Buddhism, but they actually they have their own reason that they don't want to listen to the people, to teachers that try to explain that thing what they really are. But when they ask the question to me recently, like 2 weeks ago, one of that group, you know, asked me something concerning Buddhism, and I can explain them, you know. I explain based on what the Buddha taught, and very reasonable. they understand.
Mhm.
They get our explanation, and they express themselves. He expressed himself that he have to accept my explanation.
All right.
Otherwise, he will feel regret.
I see.
So this is the result
of speaking skill.
of speaking skill.
All right.
But mostly, it's not really. You know, they don't want to listen to other because they know, oh, I'm good. I know
All
already,
right.
and
That's
they
right.
just take the question to make sure and to challenge the wisdom, to challenge, you know, something that they want to express. Oh, I'm strong. I'm
All right.
resourceful. But sometimes the understanding is not really correct in Buddhism. So we have to show the right explanation,
All right.
right teachings of the Buddha. So they accept and they
All right.
really happy with my answer.
So the learner have to learn how to speak, how to use
speak,
word.
how to
Right.
answer.
Yeah,
Usually, as a speaking skill, I just want to tell you that we have to know diplomatic word. It's very good. Not only English,
All right.
in every circumstances.
Yeah.
You know, wherever you are, whom you are talking to, you have to understand those people. And the most important thing, the word that you talking to, you have to know it clearly. That is mean diplomatic word. Don't just speak out.
All right,
You,
you don't just
you
speak
have to
out.
understand the circumstances, the people, the group of people. In Buddhism, we talk about 7 dhamma. You know, 7 dhammas are 7 factors of a wise man. Sappurisa dhamma, 7 sappurisa dhamma, like Kalanyu, you know, Buddha, Kalanyu, Parisanyu, Pokalanyu. That is knowing the right time, knowing the individual, knowing the group of people.
That you have to talk to.
We have 7. I don't want to mention everything.
All right.
That is most important thing. If I'm talking to you, I should know who are you.
Who I am.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And what quality you are, and what your purpose. Why you are talking to me like today? You
All
are
right.
talking to me to ask me some question concerning your study and your paper. Want my answer and to make more stable, make more how to say, the strong evidence for
to support.
to
Yeah,
support,
to support.
yes, to strongly support
Yeah.
your idea and your topic.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Okay, yeah, this is very, very good answer. And so the speaking skill is important because we cannot live without speaking.
Right.
So the people who are learning English, so you must try to speak as much as you can. So speaking is very important. So after we know that English speaking skill is important, actually speaking is not only English, the other language as
Yeah.
well, right?
What
As you
language
say,
it might be.
whatever. Okay, this is my topic only focus on English. So you can use it with another language, other
We
languages.
just mentioned the speaking skill.
Yeah, just speaking skill.
But it's your English.
Is English, all right. So after we know that speaking English is important, now go back to continue to the second question
What
about the problems.
problem?
So because nowadays this is my topic. Nowadays, as I told you before, there are many problems with EFL learner. They have spent
What EFL?
it's like English foreign language learner, EFL.
English.
Yes. English foreign language learner. Yes,
language.
mean the person who are learn.
EFL.
Yeah, EFL.
EFL or EFL?
EFL, yeah.
English.
Right. Like me is an EFL learner. You too, because you are not native.
Okay.
All right. So like me, I have spent time like almost 10 years, and some of my students they have spent times more than 10 years too, but they have the problem. They still cannot speak it, even though it is not like native speaker, but speak it out, they still cannot speak it, and this is the problem. I try to find the reason why. So my question is that, what is the root cause that make EFL learners
Yeah.
difficult with English speaking?
Very good question. Very good. And sometimes I really want to explain and to share my experience concerning with a speaking skill. As you mentioned, many people are facing that problem, the same some other people as well, that they want to speak it out, but the problem that like a tongue not move and it's not really flexible. I think there are a lot of factors that we have to improve. At first, we have to know what is our own problem. We have to understand clearly. So like we don't like we think ourselves, oh, I can't speak English well, I can't speak it out well to make people understand. So you know yourself. So this is a good point, a positive point, that you know it. You know your weak point. So as long as you know your weak point, so you can improve it. So like my problem is my speaking. So we have to find out the resolution. So you want to know the resolution, right?
Yeah, to find the problem first, and resolution will be the
problem is you cannot speak well your own problem, and there are many more problems as well. I want to elucidate some problem. I think at first we should not think of English. I can take example. We are Khmer, we are Cambodian, but we say our language is Khmer, right?
All right.
So
yeah.
we speak Khmer.
Yeah, we speak Khmer.
So as I mentioned earlier, if we can speak Khmer well, so other language is something the same. Because what we speak, because we express our ability, we express what we are thinking. So if we have the knowledge in our own language, so it's come out automatically. Like English is just the language, but what we speak is our education. You understand it, right?
Yep.
So English or Thai or Japanese or Chinese is just something that to make them understand us. But what we have to give them is our knowledge, our information, something like that. So if you really develop your capacity, your knowledge, your education, so the problem is in this way. I think you can find out the problem. If you don't have much knowledge and you can speak your own language fluently, so how can you speak other language fluently? So at first you have to develop a speaking skill in our own language first. And one thing, like Khmer speaking, so we have to know grammar. Grammar is very much important, and we have to understand the context of the word, word by word. English as well.
All right.
We have different terms, like the body, the term of the body, the term of diplomatic, the term, like
You mean family word?
family word, or every. We have different
Relative word
or the context of speaking. Sometimes you are talking to me, right? You are talking to me, that you are talking to your master.
All right.
So the word to talk to the master, what should we talk? Sometimes the problem is you are like you don't really know the person you are talking to. The word that you have to express down. Like in Khmer we have different terms. Like Buddhist monk talk to Buddhist monk, different term.
That's right. You're right.
And Cambodian people, we say ordinary people, to talk to the Buddhist monk, we have different term.
Classes of word.
Yeah. Like the classes of word, or the word that we polite word how to use.
All right.
Even like we say I in English,
Yeah.
but in Cambodian,
Yeah.
knyom, but
Kuna.
yeah, knyom is to
Atama.
other people.
Right.
I mean to the same people, ordinary people, to your friend. But you say knyom, you cannot talk to the monk, so you have to say like Kuna to the monk. So the problem is in this way.
All right. So,
If you don't understand the context of the language, so you can't speak well. This is your problem.
all right.
Some like right now in Cambodia, the youth are facing this problem a lot. Sometimes they don't understand Buddhism, and they want to ask question to the Buddhist monk, but they feel like I'm afraid of Buddhism. Oh, I don't know how to talk to Buddhist monk.
How to use the
Because-
word.
Yeah, how to express the word, use the
Alright,
word, because
alright.
we have different term
Yes.
of talking to the Buddhist monk. So I'm teaching them. So no, don't think, don't so serious of expressing the word. If you don't understand, you ask.
Just speak it out.
I don't take you serious. I don't how to say, like, punish you just
Alright.
over. So you just ask first, and then I can correct you and show how to speak to the monk first. This
Okay.
is one barrier.
All right.
But I just want to mention this is a problem. This is a
There are
problem.
many problems. Just one.
Yeah, the one of the problem that they don't understand the circumstances, context,
All right.
and the word. As I told you earlier, if we really understand our own language first, the situation of the word, so and speaking our own, like you are Thai, you can speak Thai very well.
Mhm.
You are English, American people, you can speak American English well, not American language. No,
Alright,
no,
right,
no American
right.
language. American people can speak English so well.
All right.
So yeah, you American can speak English well, and then if you come to Thailand, and you can speak Thai well too.
All right. Yep.
Just example, and I think it's very good.
All right.
That I think everyone can accept my
Alright.
explanation this way.
So your answer is that the problem is related to vocabulary,
Vocabulary too, and the knowledge
the knowledge
of them.
how to use that vocabulary, right?
Yeah, vocabulary, and I want to focus on our knowledge first.
Our own language first.
Language, our own language and knowledge.
All right.
Because if you don't develop your knowledge, develop your education, you feel like afraid. You feel like, oh, I don't want to talk to other people because I'm like I'm not equal to other people. Like
All
that.
right.
Yeah, I'm just very low status.
Alright.
I'm not uneducated people, so I don't want to get close to the educated people. So it's this way,
Alright.
people. So sometimes just keep quiet. Oh, I don't want to speak. You are good already, so I don't want to speak with you. So
alright,
this is
I
a
see,
problem
I
as well. A lot of problem.
Mm,
Yeah.
I see. Like me, when I speak English
Yeah.
with my students, I can speak English feel very confident.
Confident, yeah. Right.
But when I come close to you,
Ah.
you're my master, and I feel like it's hard to express it out.
You can take
Is
just
it-
example, but
Alright.
it's happened to most of the people.
All right.
That one kinds of the barrier, and there is a book written by D.K. Dhammananda, How to Live Without Fear and Worry.
All right.
As long as we are fear, we are worry. So yeah, sometimes we could not express everything what we are thinking.
Yeah, very good. That's
Sometimes we
point,
are
very
ready
good.
to
Yeah,
talk.
Yeah.
We prepare everything. But when you see the crowd, the audience, a lot of people joining in the meeting, in the conference, a lot of people
It's
feel
because of anxiety.
excited, and
Alright.
so you cannot
This is-
express.
All right. There's one more problem that is
Yeah,
because of the anxiety.
anxiety.
Yeah, because like me too. When I see you, I feel like, oh, my master, my English, oh.
No, not
Okay.
really, just-
So this is very good answer to the
Yeah.
very good point. Is many students sometimes they know vocabulary,
Yeah.
but they don't dare to talk.
Yeah.
They feel afraid.
You want to know the resolution?
Yeah.
I
Not
think
yet.
very good.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay,
yet.
Teaching style.
What do you think about the teaching style of
Yeah.
some school, not only in Cambodia? In one room there are many students, more than 50 students in some school. And when the teacher come to the class, they just, okay, give homework, quiz,
Right.
and, you know, the students spend time more than 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And they do this and that. After that, the teacher is explain blah, 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 and then time is over. The student have no time to talk. This is we call passive learning. This is not active learning. So what do you think about this one?
My experience, I want to give my teaching class as active class. My experience, most of my teaching, I think my students understand about it, what I'm
Yeah, me
going
too.
to
I
talk.
know what you are teaching. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't really want my student to stay still. If they still just listen to teacher and just sometimes read handout, no, I don't really want them to get into my classes. But you know, sometimes if the student just sit and while I'm talking, if they don't want to look at me, or they don't really express that they are listening to me, I tell, what are you doing? Something that I can wake them up. You know,
Alright.
a lot of things. But this problem not depend on only student, but teacher themselves, teacher himself. You know, have to understand and have to know all these things. If you are a teacher and want to transfer the true knowledge, you know, we have to be ready for the class first.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah, and one thing, you have to devote yourself to the class
Yeah.
and to express out of our ability to make the student understand. Oh, teacher really try his best
All right. Yes.
to teach.
Yeah.
Even speak like go
Yeah.
strong and
Strong.
loud, and to make the student understand. And if the question raise up, and try to explain clearly, so the student understand you really care. You really pay much attention to the students. So the student, they don't really sometimes don't pay attention or stay still or just think other things. They really sometimes pay much attention to us, and yeah, they all sometimes feel pity the teacher as well.
The teacher.
Yeah, I have my experience. Sometimes I speak very fast. Usually my my nature, I always speak very fast.
Yeah, in whatever language. Speak so fast.
English. Right now I try to speak
slow,
slowly, and
Use very simple word.
But if I speak to the student, even 5 or 6 students, you know, to make them understand, and so my nature is always, you know, speedy.
Fast.
It's very speedy.
All right, this is
so
fabulous.
yeah, English class as well as my PUC student. You know,
What is PUC student?
PUC Panyasastra University of Cambodia.
You are teaching there, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
I have experienced many years, and right now I'm taking the course on personal growth and development, mainly in Buddhism, Buddha's teaching, to improve the ability to get them develop spiritually and knowledge. In Battambang, there is one university. It is called Panyasastra University (PUC),
Yep.
and one of the famous one in Cambodia. Yeah, and it is international standard of
Yeah.
education. PUC, everyone know about
Yeah,
it
everyone know
because
about
they use English medium.
All right.
And you know, my class, it is a personal growth and development.
Yeah.
And you know, they take all the students from each field, each major, you know, like administration major, accounting major, marketing major, because you know, some classes 20, 15 students, something like that. But they collect all that major to come to my class, because it's a very special class. We
Very
say
special class.
a special class.
Because you have special teacher.
No, I don't mean like that, but a special class. Yeah, that personal growth and development is very special.
I know,
It's kinds of symbol of that PUC.
Yeah.
And because we teach Buddhism and really helpful to them to understand tradition, cultures.
Is
and
it in
everything.
English?
English and Khmer, both.
All right.
Yeah, both. Our text in English mostly, and some explanation in English, but sometimes we have to explain in
Yeah,
our
it's
own
hard.
language
It's
so
hard
to make
in
them
Buddhism.
understand.
Yeah, Buddhist word.
Come to my experience in class, it's around 100.
Mm-hmm.
Usually for
In one
the
class?
Yeah, one class usually should be 40. 40 students
Yeah.
I think it's enough. But that PUC class almost 180 or even over 80 students. I don't want to use my
Alright.
speakers in the class
Yeah.
because if I speak in speakers sounds like not really
Not natural.
naturally. Yeah, it's something noisy. So I speak out my own
Your natural voice.
natural voice. So I try my best.
All right.
I speak loud, and then student, they can even
They speak back to you, right? Yeah.
question
This is
answer,
active, yeah.
and after they can cut my
Mhm.
while I'm speaking, while I'm explaining. They really they want to raise the question. Okay, please raise the question, and we can
Alright.
answer together. So this is the style of teaching, and I think the student want to study in
Alright.
such kind of classes
Alright,
with
so-
that teaching style.
Alright.
So
So you are a trainer and you are not a preacher. You are a trainer at a time.
yeah, you can say a trainer and
Yes.
some kinds of student center, not really
Alright.
teachers
Yeah,
center.
If teacher center, you go preacher.
like preacher, okay, everyone listen, and the
Alright.
monk speak. No,
Yeah, that's
teaching. Student center. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean only the student come out and do homework and do presentation. It's not only that way,
Mhm.
but while a teacher explain, teach, and the student interact.
Mhm. Yeah,
Interact,
Yeah.
react,
Mhm.
and have a question and express the idea. That is the student center. That is the
Alright.
student center.
Mhm.
I think you got it.
So so the problem is that some teacher, not all, just they try to explain a lot
I explain a lot.
until forget about their student.
The student. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
I
my
think,
experience.
your
too.
experience, but
Yeah.
my experience, I always remember in my brain.
Uh-huh.
Even I explain,
Mhm.
I have to explain with a question to the student.
Mhm.
Explain to make, explain, but to make the student doubt,
All right. Yeah,
to
right.
make the
All right.
student have a question.
All right.
We explain, but the student listen and want to ask, because while they listening to my explanation, this word and other word or other meaning, but they feel like, oh, I want to know more. So if you can do like this, I think it's a good way.
Alright.
I don't mean I'm good at teaching, but
Yeah.
my experience, as I told you, my experience,
Alright.
what I'm explain, I explain to make them understand, but in the same time to make them ask question, to
Yeah,
make them
for sure.
have some doubt, to make explain with how to say, like to make them raise the question, to make clear.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got it.
All right. Okay. So in short, being like the teacher
Yeah.
must try to change the style if they have should give more time to the student to speak. You mean like
Yeah, I don't mean only give time to the student to teach. As I told you earlier, even we are talking a lot, but in the same time, to get, how to say, like, to buy the heart of the listener, to buy the heart of the student, to really pay much attention to us, and to react to our explanation
Alright.
in the same time. Even like we have 1 hour, let's say we speak 30 minutes, but within this time we also, can make reaction or the involvement as teacher and student.
All right. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So go to our third question. So the first one is that why is English speaking skill important?
Yeah.
And the second one is that what is the cause that make the student face that problem? So coming to the last question, the third one is that, so what is your idea to solve or to deal with the problem of English speaking skill?
Well, only one answer is practice.
Practice.
Yeah, practice. The more you practice, the more you are stronger, the more you are braver. And yeah, in Buddhism, as you understand, if we just learn, we say pariyati and no paribati.
Alright.
That is paribati, that means practice. Pariyati means learning. And paribati, that is practicing. So without pariyati and without, even we have pariyati and then without paribati, there is no pariveta.
Alright.
Pariveta, that means realization. Or we might say in a simple way, simple word, that is the result. So we have a lot of solution for to deal with this problem, especially for the young student and for the learners as well want to develop speaking skill. As I mentioned earlier, if we know the cause, we can find out the solution. Something like we are afraid, so we know why we are afraid. Why? So you have to get like you are afraid of speaking in front of the people. We say public speaking. We say mostly the people are afraid of public speaking.
Yeah, that's right. Me too.
Yeah, you too. So you have to get to or used to make yourself used to that. Accustomed with. We say accustomed with, right? You understand it?
Yeah, accustomed with.
Yeah, accustomed with. Used to with that situation. If only the first time, everyone, even me, like to be a speaker is not really easy work.
It's a hard
But
task.
we have to experience, one seminar to another seminar, one conference to another conference. We make it ourselves better and better to know, like this conference, I did something wrong, some point, minor mistake. So, next time I will correct this one. So, through our experience, we can develop ourselves, not only speaking, but whatever we do. But as I told you, as long as we practice and we experience and we get used to, accustomed with that situation, you will not be afraid of speaking.
Alright.
You will feel like, I'm confident.
Yes.
I don't afraid of those people. I'm strong. I can do it. Sometimes you just think in your mind, no problem at all. This thing I can do it. Don't worry. No worry for me. Small thing for me. I can do it. Yeah, sometimes
Because you have experience, right?
Yeah, sometimes I have experience that like I'm young, but if I compare to other scholar, other speaker, even they had the nerves very little here because the symbol of there's a very wise scholar, very resourceful, great master, great knowledge. But we are young. How can we get to know them and get close to them and to be one of them as a speaker? But I think myself that no problem at all. They speak their own topic, I speak my own topic.
Alright.
Different. Don't worry. Yeah, because like I speak my own topic, I am experience my own topic I research my own. So no, I'm clear. I really understand, comprehend my own topic. So they are resourceful for themselves, but I'm clear themselves. So I speak out. So
Alright.
this is also the solution as well.
Alright.
You know.
This is coming from our practice.
Yeah, practice
So-
my own practice.
Alright.
If you compare, you know, this and I can express out some one more problem.
Mhm.
If you compare like you are right now, you are talking to me, but you feel like nervous or excited because you compare. You are speaking and my speaking.
Mhm.
You compare.
All right.
Like I'm a speaker. If I just compare, oh, the speaker really good. Oh, great master. Oh, great scholar. If I just compare they, them, and me, so I cannot speak out. I cannot speak out.
I
So
see.
you just be confident of your own knowledge.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Good. Be yourself, and then express out.
I
It's
see.
no problem. Don't think other. Don't compare. I mean,
Alright.
don't compare
Yeah,
with other.
yeah.
Sometimes we have to compare, but sometimes don't compare. You
Alright.
have to express your own.
I see. So it means that when we speak English, try not to compare your level with the other.
Good,
Like
good.
so whatever is bad or good, just try to speak it out. No compare with the other.
Yeah, but to have a lesson, you know, have a lesson.
Mhm.
We can learn from our partner,
Mhm.
from the people we are talking to,
All right.
even they are good or even they are bad. Sometimes we are good, but our partner speak not well or some mistake. But we know, and then we notice ourselves. Oh,
Alright.
I should not talk in the same way or in the same thing. You know, sometimes you have to understand it. Even they speak fluently, speak well, but it's not the right time. You know,
Yeah, not the
and
right
sometimes
time.
the word they express out is useless.
Yeah.
It's not beneficial.
Mhm.
So you know yourself. Oh, you are speaking, but if I were you, I would not. I would not speak. So it's lesson, you know. I tell you, it's the lesson
Alright.
that we should learn.
I see. So this is 3 questions finished, and so I would like to conclude your answer.
Yeah.
If it is not correct, just try to help me more. So everybody in my class, a class, or everybody, maybe I will post in Facebook. The first thing is that why English speaking is important. I mean, that is subject, reading, writing, and listening also important. Actually, 4 skills are important. But because my subject is about speaking skills, so I have to find something to support my topic. So speaking skill, why it is important, as you told us before, it means like we cannot live without speaking. We have to speak. And a great speaker in the world, most of them are good at speaking. And coming back to the second question about the problem, what is the main causes that make EFL learner face a difficulty with English speaking? As he told us that we have to be clear and sure about our language first.
Yeah.
And then anything else?
A lot of things.
A lot of things, yes. This is the one point. Maybe you can check by yourself. I forgot it.
Review.
Yes, and one more problem. The second problem, he told us that because of our anxiety. Yeah, because of our anxiety, it makes us feel afraid.
Yeah.
Even though we know a lot, but when we are afraid, we cannot express it out.
Yeah.
All right. And come to anything.
Comparison.
Yeah, comparison. When we compare our level of English to the other learner, for example, like, oh, my English is good, but if I compare to my master, he's better than me, so I'm really afraid to speak it out. Okay. And the last question is that solution. Try to find the ways to deal with the problem. Is that he say, in short, practice make perfect.
Yeah, you're
Just-
right. I want to say that
This word? That word? Oh,
yeah,
practice
but,
make
okay,
perfect.
good,
All right.
Thank you.
So he said, like, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So just try to speak as much as you can, but try to lessen it down if it is too much.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid. Just speak it out. Be yourself, and don't compare with the other people.
Yeah, most important thing is to get used to that.
To get used to it. All right. So he mean that practice in order to address ourselves to that
right.
problem.
Yeah.
To get experience. So the more experienced you are, the more good at speaking you will be.
Correct.
Okay, so thank you very much, my master, Venerable Ha Siang Hai, and for giving me the times this time. And I hope I will see you in Cambodia sometime.
Yeah.
And so, before we finish our speaking, what can you say something to encourage the English learner?
Yeah, thank you everyone. We are now in the digital age or globalization. So English is very important. Not only English, but our language as well. But English is medium, so it be useful for the business. And for us as a Buddhist monk, our duty to propagate the Buddha's teaching for the sake of the people, for the welfare and for the happiness of human being. So human being is not only our own nation, our own people, but human being is regardless of nation, ethnic races. Every human being living in this world, they have their own language. So English is medium. So we have to study and try to develop speaking skill, because sometimes you really want to, to share our knowledge, especially Buddha's teaching. Is really helpful for their daily life. So if we don't know English well, so how can we propagate the Buddha's teaching, and how can we help them to get and to experience their happiness or inner peace? So try your best to study Buddhism and English as medium. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you again. Okay, so come back again. I would like to say thank you very much for Ajahn one more time. Not Ajahn, sorry. When I study here, I always speak Ajahn.
Guru.
Yeah, Guru. Yes, Guru. Because yeah.
We say Jakru, right?
All right,
Okay,
Jakru. Yeah,
Jakru.
master.
But in Thai we say
Ajahn.
In Cambodia, Lom Jakru.
All right, Lom Jakru. Yeah,
Jakru.
because
Guru like a Guru means teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ajahn is like Ajahn, Acharya. Ajahn
Yes.
is like teacher too.
Yeah.
Our language is Guru or
All right.
Jakru for monk.
All right, because living in Thailand for a long time, I mostly speak in Thai, not English. So sometimes I automatically speak it. I'm so sorry to speak it. Okay, so thank you very much, my master, Lukru again, and thank you very much everyone for your watching here. And I hope you can get a lot of benefit from watching us talking and getting a lot of knowledge from him. So may all of you be happy and make progress with your English speaking skill. Okay, thank you very much. See you.